Hello everyone, Aygir here with the build of the week video. For this episode I wanted to pick a robot that is vastly available to most of the player base and a combo that will be relatively easy and cheap to build. So today we are going to talk about the Traditionalist Falcon equipped with Ember weapon. The name Traditionalist comes from the pilot skill that is specific to Falcon. When using it, your Falcon loses its ability and two of its side weapons, in return getting extra durability, making it even tougher than it already is. Why is T-Falcon valuable to many players, you might ask? Firstly, it can be built in the workshop. It is a tier 3 robot with upgrades cheaper and faster than tier 4 meta robots, and you only need one decently upgraded weapon to make the robot work. It is indeed not a top-notch performing meta robot, but for the performance it offers for its price, it is an excellent choice to fit in your hangar. Let's get into building our setup. Alright, coming to the weapon selection, I picked Ember because it has a high sustained damage output and it bypasses physical and blue energy shields. Its downside is its firing mechanism, which makes it hard to hit a target further away you are from him or her. If you can go for the Devastator, I would also highly recommend it on T-Falcon. Coming to the pilot skills, there are three very important perks that the T-Falcon must have. Traditionalist being the number one obviously, Armor Expert and the mechanic skills. These three are a must-have. If you can go for more than that, get the Roadhog next. Mobility and being fast is always important in war robots. I also recommend the Quartermaster skill if you constantly get low on power cells. With T-Falcon you will need to use the active module often. Using a regular pilot with up to tier 3 perks will be fine, but if you can go for the legendary Falcon pilot Cormac Devoe, then it would be much better because you'll have one more perk and you can upgrade skills up to tier 4. Getting into the modules. Now there is some good news here. Before the update, Falcon had 2 passive module slots, but with the update 7.2 it will have 3, which is perfect. I recommend using 2 armor kits, 2 heavy armor kits or 2 balanced units combined with an anti-control. Anti-control will help you perform better without getting constantly locked down or suppressed, while others will make you even tougher to kill. For active module, go for the repair unit or advanced repair unit. Before getting into building the drone for our Falcon, let's take a look at its effective HP. Falcon in its passive mode has 60% damage resistance. This means you receive only 40% of the damage you take from the enemy. To know your effective durability, write down your HP you see in your screen and divide it by 0.4. The resulting number is your T-Falcon's effective HP. Plus, you have all the healing power added on top of that, which makes this robot a true tank. Now getting back to the drone setup. If you are using the T-Falcon in upper leagues, it is best to use it with a tier 4 Nebula or Persephone drone. But knowing that they are not in the store yet, I will give you the best combo you can build with a purchasable Discus drone. Its primary ability will slow down the effect accumulation speeds. For example, if the enemy shoots you with cryos, the freeze effect will accumulate 35% slower, which is great. For the B slot, use on repair unit damage, and for the C slot, use on repair unit defense. Every time you use your repair unit, these will provide more damage and more defense for a certain amount of time. For the F slot, go for on mild damage absorber. It will add an extra layer of defense to the Falcon. It activates often and it is currently more valuable than any other shield microchips. Know your strengths and weaknesses. When playing or mastering a robot, it all comes down and starts with knowing its role, what it is capable of, and its strengths and weaknesses. With Falcon you have tremendous amounts of HP, okay mobility, and below average firepower. You are great at absorbing firepower but not so good at delivering it and getting kills. Knowing these, let's get into some important points. Don't take your durability for granted. Falcon is tough as heck. Knowing this, your mind can often trick to storming the enemy lines mindlessly with the hope that you will crush everyone on the way. If you do so without pushing in for a good purpose with a good plan, your Falcon might go to waste without doing anything. It can simply die faster than you might expect, because even with that amount of durability, like any other robot, Falcon has its own counters. When facing those, the robot can go down quick. Even without facing any good counters, the combined firepower of multiple enemies will be able to scatter your robot's hit points quickly. So always be aware of what is going on in battlefield. Try to see or understand visually and audibly what your enemy is running before engaging. If they are your counters, just don't go and change your route, your attack/defense plan if possible. Played in early minutes of the game. Titans and Titan weapons are one of the worst nightmares of T-Falcon. Why? Because those things have defense mitigation capabilities. With that, they can go right through your damage resistance. Couple minutes ago I talked about the effective durability of Falcon and how to calculate it. Against Titans you basically don't have almost any effective durability because, like I said, they can go right through your damage resistance. This also depends on the level of Titan and Titan weapons though. The more leveled they are, the more damage mitigation they possess. Long story short, spawning your Falcon in the early minutes of the game will decrease the chances of you facing a Titan. It will help you excel more in battlefield and survive for longer than you would if you were to spawn late and face many Titans. Hold down, push strategic areas. At this point we know how tanky the T-Falcon is. It doesn't die easily, so the best use of it can be putting it in a fight in a strategic position. Best strategic positions are beacons in my opinion. You can hold down an important beacon for as long as you can. It's better if you have some support from your team, but even if you're alone, you should be able to defend it against one or few other enemies. On TDM mode, you can push for the campers. Beware of clustered enemies though. Always try to pick the target that is alone and separated from the rest of the team. This will minimize the amount of damage you get, increasing your overall survivability. Know your counters and avoid them as much as possible. We talked about being careful against Falcon counters, but let's elaborate broadly what these are. To start with, we have sonic shotguns. Havoc, Scatter and Devastator are one of Falcon's worst nightmares. These weapons have high damage output and they remove maximum repairable durability. With simple words, they won't let you heal. If you face any of those, try to avoid engaging them unless they are storming in for a strategic position. Next, we have corrosion weapons. Wasp, Sting, Hornet and Viper. Their DOT/corrosion damage bypasses Falcon's resistance. When they fire at your Falcon, you'll realize that gradually they take more chunks of your HP than other type of weapons. Next, we have Incinerator, Scorcher and Scald. Their bomb explosion also bypasses the resistance effect. Other counters are Titans, Titan weapons and Hawk's built-in weapon. These things have defense mitigation. They mitigate/bypass a portion or 100% of total defense points depending on their level. When you see those, your effective durability is not your HP on screen divided by 0.4. It instead is only the HP you see on your screen. Alright, that wraps up my guide on how to build and play the T-Falcon more effectively. I hope you found it helpful and informative. For now, take care until I see you in my next video.